of wasting resources through foreign trips as Malawians are trapped in serious economic hardships. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, says its board will make a final decision on whether to increase fuel prices or not. In other news, President Lazarus Chakwera has emphasized the need for the country to secure trade with neighboring countries. We have these and many other stories. Please do stay with us. DPP, UTM and AFOD called the president to reduce the trips and rescue Malawians sailing through tough economic times. During the media briefing, leader of opposition in parliament, George Chaponda, argued the resources could be used in resolving challenges emanating from high cost of living amid calls for MERA to hike fuel prices. He said the DPP would storm the streets if fuel prices go up. Chaponda explains to Pempero Malimba.
The issue of the fuel increase is not appropriate at the time when the people are suffering. Malawians, they are suffering with the increase of commodities, the no forex in the country, the debt alone. We know the debt alone, of which has been accrued by this government, is 18 trillion kwacha. Because of all these things, we think this is coming at the wrong time. Not only at the wrong time, should not have happened.
But leader of the House, Richard Chimwendo Banda, said he could not comment on issues emanating from allegations. He added Parliament has no powers to raise fuel prices.
The report that came from the Standing Committee of Natural Resources is not a ministerial statement. This is a report from members across the aisle. These are members from all political parties. For information, the Honorable Member Chairperson is a member of the Democratic Progressive Party. But because he is in the shoes of a chairperson, we call him a chairperson. So it is not government that has brought that report. It is actually a committee that is recommending. And they are recommending to MERA, which we as government have an oversight over it as a parastatal within government.
Meanwhile, the Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, says its board of directors will make a final decision on whether to increase the fuel prices or not. Isaac Salima reports.
On Wednesday, the Parliamentary Committee on Natural Resources and Climate Change brought the matter into the House, where a heated debate ensued between the government and opposition legislators. At the end of the day, the Parliament recommended the fuel price hike. MERA is mandated to regulate fuel prices in the country, and the other parliamentarians on Wednesday questioned why the issue was brought into the House for discussion. However, according to the law, MERA can also consult other stakeholders before effecting price adjustments. MERA spokesperson Fidina Konje said that its board is still working on the issue.
Reviewing the trains and other issues surrounding the fuel price. Once this is done and finalized, we will make the decision known to the general public and all stakeholders involved.
This week, Consumers Association of Malawi proposed a fuel hike and sided with MERA, which has been struggling to pay fuel importers a whopping 785 billion kwacha, which has been accumulating since 2022.
Still in Parliament, government says it has made strides in the implementation of the Mega Farms initiative, as over 8,000 metric tons of maize has been contributed to the country's food reserves. Minister of Local Government Richard Chimwendo Banda was responding to a question from Zomba Central MP Besta Awali, who wanted to know the progress of the program. And this is how Chimwendo Banda reacted on behalf of Agriculture Minister Sam Kawali, who was not in the House.
Markets are already available, but also administratively we have done the much needed work. We have now established an office for Mega Farm, and the OPC and the Department of Human Resource has given us a mandate. We would have over 65 members of staff across working on Mega Farms. The Mega Farms now is no longer history. People that talk about Mega Farms as something that will happen later, it's happening. Youths are coming, farmers are engaged, resources are being provided, off-takers are available, exports will start this year, while we are also adding for food sufficiency in the country.
The Department of Disaster Management Affairs says priority should be given to those that are in need over those that already have. Commissioner Charles Kalemba said this at a training on targeted beneficiaries at Bwela Secondary School in Lilongwe, which focused on the Lean Season Response Program. Kalemba explains.
We have had situations where you find people who are well-to-do have received the relief items, when those who are supposed to receive, who are vulnerable, have not received. Now, that is a problem. I was giving an example where you have an old woman with 8 orphans under her care and is not registered. When somebody who is able to fuel their car is able to receive. Now, that type of happening is iniquity, it's wickedness. We want to assist those who should be assisted. And those who can assist themselves, let them assist themselves.
And Lilongwe City Council Chief Executive MacLeod Kadamanja, who was also in attendance, had this to say.
Previously, we used to have so many challenges, but with the constant orientations, trainings, support from Dodima, from various quarters, we've been able to at least alert the people on the systems on how we are supposed to manage the issues to do with the disaster risk management.
Center for Civil Services Strengthening says most government departments and agencies are not addressing gender-related issues in their budget lines. Programs manager for the organization, Chiwemwe Mwenyekonde, said this during a gender-responsive budget training for members of parliament in Lilongwe. Brenda Kayo has the details.
Responsive, sparking concerns over the effectiveness of initiative aimed at bringing the gender gap.
There are gaps in education as well as health sector and as well as agriculture sector. So we just wanted to make sure that they know that the initiatives, the development initiatives that are made by the government and other stakeholders need to be gender sensitive in such a way that there are some things that we can give to men and women, but we do not necessarily take into account the complications on how they can also benefit both men and women equally.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Madalitso Kazombo urged stakeholders to work together and support the Parliamentary Women Caucus in uplifting the lives of women and children in the country.
Let be a targeted approach to say, how is the budget supporting the women? When you say AIP, how many women are being targeted? You know, when you say Minister of Lands, how many women are being supported? So for that to happen, we need oversight. For oversight to take place, we need funding. So we did lobby with stakeholders, say, let's get involved together. Let's move together as a team.
Parliamentary Women Caucus Chairperson Resho Zulu said the parliamentarians will ensure that all MDAs are appearing to the gender-responsive budgeting.
Most of the budget lines, the ministries or the MDAs, they are not doing quite well in issues regards the gender related issues. Most of the budgets, they are not gender responsive. So exactly what the members were saying is that we need to start right now in making sure that our budgets has to be gender responsive budgets.
She said the parliamentarian will ensure to work together with all in-line ministries, within the Ministry of Agriculture, Health and Lands, and so forth, to ensure that they align their budget to the gender-responsive budgeting.
President Lazarus Chakwera has emphasized the need for the country to secure trade with neighboring countries. Chakwera said this country can achieve food security through these relationships. The president made these remarks in Blantyre at the opening of this year's agriculture fair. Isaac Salima has the details in this report.
Over 170 agriculture products are expected to be exhibited during this year's event, which is taking place at GG Trade Fair grounds in Blantyre. Chakwera, accompanied by his Mozambican counterpart, Filipe Nyusi, first toured various pavilions, which were displayed inside and outside the Comesa Hall. Chakwera touted the bilateral ties between the two countries, saying the country should intensify trade and cooperation deals with its neighbors.
We need to start with securing trade and cooperation deals with the neighboring countries with whom we share our border, which is why I visited all of our neighboring countries within my first 6 months in office. I have shared with you that in our building of trade relations within the neighborhood Malawi is part of, the country with which we share more of our border than any other is Mozambique.
In his remarks, Nyusi said the cooperation and good relationship between the two countries have been impactful. Nyusi, however, decried reduced the level of trade between Malawi and Mozambique. Minister of Agriculture Sam Kawale said that the exhibition gives an opportunity for the country to intensify its efforts of commercializing agriculture.
We are following Malawi's Vision 2063. Agriculture commercialization, mechanization are part of our strategy. But we can't achieve that if we don't show Malawians what's available. That's why for the next 3 days we'll be showing Malawians what companies are available that are involved to provide solutions to the commercialization and mechanization.
This year's agriculture fair is under the theme Driving Towards Export-Oriented Agriculture through Commercialization and Innovation. The fair will run until Saturday.
The UN Women says the newly instituted Code of Conduct will help create a conducive environment for women in politics to participate freely. UN Women Country Representative May Latte made these remarks in Lilongwe during the signing of the Model Code of Conduct for Political Parties, which will ensure gender responsiveness in political processes. More in this report by Mercy Matonga.
Letty, who addressed the function through a video, said it is unfortunate that women are still facing challenges in political space despite several interventions to protect their rights in the political arena. Center for Multi-Party Democracy Vice Chairperson Ben Shakami said CMD will continue to work with 6 major political parties to improve women's participation in politics.
We are going to continue encouraging our membership of the 6 political parties, but also we are engaging other political parties which are not represented currently in Parliament, that we need to implement this. There are no consequences in the document. However, integrity means doing right things even if no one is checking on you.
Commenting on the matter, Malawi Congress Party Secretary General Jessica Bwila said women should not only be encouraged but also need to be ushered into valuable positions within the parties.
The only way to destroy patriarchy in politics or to destroy the oppression of women is to destroy the structure that constructs and fuels the oppression of women. I think if you look at violence against women as something that is a culture that just came about, then we are not going anywhere. This culture has been constructed by a policy, and that policy is seen in that structure. So why we're emphasizing on quotas is that unless a party is held and forced to actually put women in positions of power.
Among other things, the Code of Conduct seeks to encourage reporting and functionality of gender-responsive mechanisms for complaints handling and no victimization of complainants.
More news after this short break.
Work fast to stop acids. Tummy Sid, fast soothing relief from heartburn.
At God's Grace Academy, we are pleased to announce that our Year 11 class of 2024 has achieved a remarkable 100% pass rate in the May to June International General Certificate of Secondary Education examinations. This remarkable accomplishment is a testament to the dedication, hard work, and resilience of our students and teachers. But it is equally a reflection of the unwavering support and encouragement you have provided through their academic journey. This outstanding achievement is building on the phenomenal 100% pass rate in the 2024 checkpoint results. Our vision continues to be a leading and high-performing center of holistic excellence in Malawi and beyond. God's Grace Academy, committed to excellence.
That some of them are far from providing improved services to local communities. Jomanika observed there are some officers who operate outside their assigned districts, while others are rare in the office to serve the communities. Feston Malekazo reports.
Jomanika, who was speaking at a quarterly coordination meeting in Mzuzu on Thursday, expressed concern over some employees who do not perform in their designated roles. Instead, they encroach on others' responsibilities. He also observed executive absenteeism and perennial incompetence of other employees in local councils, which is affecting service delivery.
We have some people in some positions we should accept. Some are showing signs of laxity and incompetence, to a point that some are too busy in what is not their roles. We have officers who cannot be in office now and again. They are on the run, representing other officers, while their entry is piling, denying people the services we require. So all those things are the problems we are facing.
In an interview, Jomanika said the coordination meeting was therefore an introspection to strengthen the gains and find solutions to the challenges councils are facing in the country. Chidiba District Commissioner Macmillan Magomero, while acknowledging challenges like executive absenteeism and incompetence of some employees, said Chidiba is moving towards a more proactive approach. Meanwhile, National Local Government Finance Committee Chairperson Richard Chapweteka said while there are positive strides being registered on issues such as accounting and financial management in some councils, there is still underutilization of funds in local councils.
The reason for the underutilization of funds has been, late commencement of, procurement processes. Councils have been waiting up until they have, the funds in their accounts to start procurement processes, which has eventually affected, the implementation of the various projects they have intended to, to implement. So now we are trying to make sure that, procurement processes start actually before the money hits their accounts.
The meeting put together district commissioners, directors, service committee members, members of parliament, among others, from districts of the northern region, including Koragota and Kasungu.
University of Malawi Vice Chancellor Professor Samson Sajidu says the institution does not teach theft of public resources. The institution has also distanced itself from its former students implicated in reports of plunder of public resources. He was speaking in Zomba, where over 1,200 students were graduating. Jason Maloa was at the Great Hall and shares what Sajidu said.
They should be ethical, and we teach them, ethics in our university. We teach them etiquette. We never have, we don't have any module, any course that teaches theft or cash theft in this university. So let them conduct themselves according to the theories, the lessons that we taught them in class. And I can assure you, there is no course that we taught them that they should go there.
Meanwhile, UNIMA Council Chairperson Dr. Christopher Guta encouraged the graduates to bring solutions to challenges in their communities.
When I said that in Malawi, we are often said to have create a lot of policies, a lot of strategies, but our problem is implementing. So the message that we want to pass across to our graduates is that they should look back at what skills they have acquired through the education system, in fact through our university system, and think through how they can change society by ensuring that we implement our strategies and policies as a country.
COMESA Federation of Women in Business, Malawi chapter, has observed lack of basic knowledge on business policies among small and medium enterprises. The organization says this is negatively impacting on small businesses. It has since called for business management trainings to address lack of knowledge in areas such as market research, financial management, cost management, and pricing. Patience Lunda has more details.
The Federation's National Program Coordinator, Raymond Kapalamola, discussed this during a capacity building workshop that the Federation organized for small and medium enterprises in the northern region. Kapalamola said big businesses have an upper hand in access to information, unlike SMEs, which has a bearing on issues of performance and planning. He, however, said inflation continues to affect the growth of small and medium enterprises.
It's very important to know what's going on in the government for issues of planning, but also for issues of their business performances. When they know what is out there, they'll be able to perform well in the businesses and be able to grow. So they have to be informed about the landscape in terms of what the government is doing, among many other things.
This far, the Federation has entered into a partnership with the Grasa Machel Trust to promote the integration of women in business across Malawi through a year-long business management advocacy program. One of the trainees, Elis Tawe, who is chairperson of Chiwira Cooperative, which processes cassava into various products, said the training was crucial because they have been oriented on new ways of uplifting their businesses.
Not be doing the business as usual. We have seen our business in another angle, and that will also help us to do the business in another angle. So this training to us as Chiwira is very, very important.
The Federation was established in 1993 with the endorsement of COMESA heads of states and authorities to allow women in COMESA member states to do business and promote effective integration and participation at all levels. In Malawi, the body was established in 2021 and its members are into livestock and agro-processing, agriculture and agribusiness, aquaculture and fisheries.
That's the news for now, but before we go, the headlines once again. Opposition parties accuse President Chakwera of wasting resources through foreign trips as Malawians are trapped in serious economic hardships. The Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority, MERA, says its board will make a final decision on whether to increase the fuel prices or not. In other news, President Lazarus Chakwera has emphasized the need for the country to secure trade with neighboring countries. You can get more on these and many other stories by visiting www.times.mw, liking and following our Facebook page, Times360 Malawi, X at Times360 Malawi, and by subscribing to 1895 by dialing *1895#. My name is Vana Chunga. Good night.